Jeff is formerly of New York and Vienna, and he's another founder of the Kootenai School of Writing. He's an investigative, postmodern poet. He's a critic of global capitalism. And his new book from Talon, Annihilated Time, Poetry and Other Politics. I lend you Jeff Derksen.
So I want to read from this new long poem that I'm working on, a book-length thing called The Vestiges. It doesn't have time in the title, so it's a bit confusing. All my books seem to have time in the title. I'm trying to work off of an objectivist poetics, so trying to work off, it's a slightly more lyrical voice than you may expect from me, hence the gingham shirt. The quiet diplomacy of a world connected by things used every day and made elsewhere. Easy. This essay sets out to explore what happens to humans when they are reduced to things by other humans. It's a novel about cities in wartime, a poem about people in a distinct land, a time-based performance piece about property rights. It's a short documentary about walk-on construction jobs, but it's Monday. Hours harden into labor, shipped out of agreement zones in the global south. Daily the stuff that stifles life in its tight, hard mold. The texture of every city, the remaking of its center, constant creative destruction. Is mixed use, sleeping in doorways, the gray economy, CDs, cell phones, tools, cassettes, batteries, bikes, lighters, shoes, cameras, watches, clothes, spread on blankets on the sidewalks, under the overhang of a pawn shop awning, ranked #1 in the world consistently. Post-socialist Hungarian hills and the verdant valleys after the flood of a century. 3 people and a cow, family agriculture in northern Poland. Architecture without architects. The railway worker's self-made hut between the tracks. Calgarian suburban cul-de-sacs of social reproduction circle the prairie with loops dotted alongside the lines of agro-business. Thanks.
Let's say a few words about Talon Books first, about the relationship between Talon Books and poetry. Talon started off as a magazine by a high school kid named David Robinson at McGee High School, and started it up in 1963, which was just about the time when the Tisch crowd moved to all kinds of different cities to create poetry elsewhere. And then 4 years later, Talon published its first book of poetry,